All right, folks, welcome to our international podcast, Below the Belt. Who vex lows? How are you folks doing out there? We're so happy that so many of you are joining us across social media. To our technicians on duty, do let us know if you are receiving us well, folks. Do let us know if you're receiving us well. And we're seeing Timna Ford and Luke Boss. We're seeing Gloria Wilson. We're seeing Gloria Fraser. All the Glorias are out today. We're seeing Gwyneth Anderson. I see here Gloria Fraser. Siobhan McDonald is here too. Carol Rollins as well, and Simone Kennedy. And good afternoon to each and every one of you. And as Simone Kennedy says here, happy holidays, folks. Happy holidays. We hope you are making the best of it, guys. Oh, not the folks in good intent. Not the folks in good intent, guys. They were faced with such hardships on Boxing Day of all days. We're going to be talking about that. Our person of interest is from good intent, Sabrina Jaikaran from good intent, and we're going to be talking with her and about her. Michaela Andrew Coach says, reading us loud and clear. Barbara Taylor, we see you there as well. Junior Ramachar, we see you. And Debbie Hohenkirk, as per normal. No surprises there. We see you. Valletta, is it you? Barbara Taylor, Valletta Seymour. Yes, Vanetta Seymour. Good to see you, Vanetta. I see Kodoashi Braffett is here as well. And Dolly Anderson and all the other guys here with us. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Good to see you, Anna Gordon. Great to see you, Michaela Andrew Coates and Gloria, Claire Alexis Richmond is here joining us on YouTube. Claire Alexis Charmley, good to have you. And all the other guys. Guys, let us know what kind of day you guys are having. And I'm certain you cannot. I don't know how bad your day might be. But unless you're faced with some terminal illness, Yolanda Thomas, you couldn't be having a worse day than the folks at Good Intent, Sabrina Jaikaran and her other neighbors there in Good Intent. And we couldn't focus on all of them for our person of interest. They've been persons of interest, and we'd have to have more space on our graphic here to show all them. But in tonight's broadcast, we're going to carry an extended coverage of what happened in Good Intent just on Boxing Day and what persists. A lot of hardships there, folks. Our brothers and sisters in Good Intent need your help and need especially the help of those who are in authority. And I'm happy that hundreds of you have joined our podcast. Smash that emoji, but y'all did well for the shares this morning. I was very impressed. Like y'all come back from Christmas fired up and ready to go. Some of that black cake, some of the pepper pot, some of the ginger beer and pickled pork really worked wonders. Some of you came back fired up and ready to go. Guys, share the live for us. Smash that emoji button. Again, very, very heartened for the showing this morning on the morning program. It was fuel for us. 54 watching us on YouTube, 70-something watching us on our main Facebook page, and that's a good start for us. We're talking to yourself at least. It's a wonderful start for us, and we trust that you guys are great wherever you folks are joining us from. Welcome. You're going to want to stick around for what happened there at Good Intent. You're going to want to miss that. We started talking about it this morning on our morning program, but you know the morning programs is a lot of pace, and we didn't have time to really go into it. You know, a lot of times you see people, but you don't understand the hardships that they're facing, and a lot of folks out there facing a lot of hardship, like Marcia Braffett of Good Intent, and as well as Sigrid Paul and Samantha Prince and Tonya Braffett. You know, those folks who've been really affected by what we're going to be talking about today. But we just pulled out Sabrina's story as our person of interest because we needed a person of interest. And we said, you know what, Sabrina is it. And we're going to talk about the other guys this evening. You're going to want to miss tonight, because when you think, folks, when you think you get it hard, some folks got it worse. Some folks got it worse than you, and you said you wanted valid, credible information, and we're going to do just that. We're going to show this one in your chest, folks, and I hope you got the chest to take it up. But we're going to touch on a couple of things before we circle back to Sabrina Jaikaran's story. Share the damn live, guys, and smash that emoji button. We want the authorities especially to hear what's happening, like the Ministry of Social Services, Human Services and Social Protection. Tag them if you can tag some folks, and tag Office of the President, tag a Fernali official page, and tag the folks who should be interested in helping these folks to be alleviated from their hardships. Letter Argyle, we see you there, and Sean Ratley, we see you as well, and Annette Cummins, we see you too, Annette, and all the other folks who are joining us. We are so privileged that you wonderful, beautiful folks are here with us. Still recovering from our main story this morning. Still recovering from that. Who no? Still trying to recover from that one there, folks. The songs you listen to. My Lord, I grew up here. You got to put everything in practice. Yeah, everything you see on TV. Not everything you see on TV, you got to want to sing. No. Not everything. Don't do it like that. Not everything you got to want to sing with like that. Come on, folks. We big. We big and we got sense. You gotta operate accordingly. You're big and you got sense, operate accordingly. But what to see so many of you on the live today, that's how we see it. Somebody person might say, great to see you on the live stream, on the live program broadcasting. We just cut to the chase. Good to see you on the live. That's how we see it. Good to see you guys on the live. I'm happy that so many of you are here. We got a lot of things to talk about. And you guys are in the right place. I'm looking at some video on our timeline right now, and I see they were painting the fence and office of the president in blue. Well, they changed their mind, folks. All the money got wasted. They have now painted it in white and green. White, it doesn't look bad at all, to be honest. The white and green doesn't look bad at all, but that blue, good thing we highlighted it. It's a good thing we drew it to their attention, right? And they have walked back on the nonsense blue. That was a foolish blue. And we're so happy that they've gone back and they've corrected their steps. They have corrected their step on that foolish, silly blue. They corrected their steps on that, and we're happy. But good to see you, folks. We don't think we got to beg you by now to share the live and to smash the emoji button. We think you'll be so kind to us. Or is it so? Is it so? Guys, we're so heartened. We are so heartened to see you folks here. Couldn't ask for a better audience. You guys have been really good to us. I just want to say thanks, for a good year. Right? Thanks for a good year. December is a hard month, I can tell you that. December is a hard month financially on us, and if you're in a position to help us, don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. If you're in a position to help, do that. Do that for us. Do that for us, good folks. But so good to see so many of you. Remember, guys, we're available on Cash App and Zelle and PayPal. We don't say those things in a braggadocious way, No, we don't. We don't. Just for your convenience. And if we can get more platforms to reach you guys, not everybody on PayPal, not everybody got Zelle, not everybody got MMG. As many platforms we can add for your convenience. We're gonna do just that. We're gonna do just that. So there we were with that fancy concert over the weekend at Linden. Linden, don't let it come wrong, y'all funny, my barn tongue. Don't let it come wrong, you're all funny on that side at all. So we had that, and then we had also all your boy Charandass. All your boy Charandass. Linda was something, wasn't it? My Lord, I've been missing a lot, apparently. Apparently, I've been missing a lot. Apparently, I have been missing a lot. Yeah. Some folks said, Uncle, you're missing nothing. They said, big uncle, you're missing nothing. Don't go down them lines. Don't go down them lines. That's what the folks are saying. Big uncle, don't go down them lines. Don't bother with them. You're not missing anything. What say you? What say you, folks? We missing anything? Y'all been keeping some interesting things from us. And for those of you who know, you better tell those who don't know. Some of you have been keeping a couple things from us, guys. Not plenty, just a couple. Some of you have been definitely keeping some things from us. Right? We're coming back to y'all. Don't fret. Annette Cummins, Nicola Daniel, Siobhan, folks, you're going to want to stay where you are. Don't go away. If you're doing anything, share the live. Leonard Fraser, we see you there. Some of you have been holding out on us. Some of you, I hate to say it, but some of you have been, some of you, I know you're label. Guys, so there we had Charandass, doing the most. And then we had events. We had some events at Linden too. Folks. I don't know. This is something. All right? This is something. But we're getting ourselves together this end, folks. And we're gonna circle back to what's happening at Good Intent. And we wanna you're gonna wanna tune in tonight to see some of the devastation that we saw at Good Intent. Some of the devastation that we saw at Good Intent, folks. You're going to want to circle back tonight. Right? You're going to want to circle back this evening for some of what we saw at Good Intent. And our hearts really go out to Sabrina Jaikaran and Marcia Braffett, Sigrid Paul, Samantha Prince, Tanya Braffett. Our hearts really go out to these folks. Because when you think you got it bad, folks, these guys got it so much worse. So much worse. These guys got it. Right? So much worse. So we're going to shoot a couple of things at you we think you ought to know about. And then we're going to circle back to a person of interest. And it should be community of interest because of what is happening at Good Intent. Involves a lot of folks that need a lot of help. Right? And I dare say it should be coming from the administration. It should be coming from the administration. So lots of stuff happening at Good Intent. A lot of stuff happening at Good Intent. We want to bring some other things to your attention before we head there. And we did talk about your boy Charandass, Let's touch on him quick before we go. Before we move on. A lot of us thought Charandass gone. A lot of us thought Charandass gone. But apparently not. Apparently not. So there we were, folks. There we were. We there, folks. I thought since Irfan recall, quote unquote, but like Irfan ain't got no powers. What does recall mean? I thought recall means beat out. But like I'm mistaken. I don't know. Maybe I drop out Eugene second year. Maybe I went Eugene. Maybe I need to go to school. All right. But Charandass looked as though he was allowed to finish his tenure and then gracefully made his exit. Unless we don't know what recall means. Because there we were 48 hours ago. And there is Charandass as a farewell function at the Indian High Commissioner's residence, purporting to apologize. But for me personally, that apology did more harm than good. And as I said in the previous broadcast, I was very surprised I didn't see some of the news media taking a much stronger stance. On the nonsense Charandass, I didn't even want to hear an apology to Charandass. Just go. Pack your bags and go. Anybody want to hear nothing from you? I said it. Anybody want to hear nothing from you? Right? But something with the PPP or Charandass, something they do to he or he do to them. But they seem inseparable. It's the same characters, It's the same nature and quality of people. It is the same nature and quality of people that we got to deal with. Don't fool yourself. It's the same nature and quality of people. So what should have been, if anything, what should have been a simple apology? My Lord, it was anything but simple. Right? And it's really disgusting that this is the caliber of people. This is the caliber of people we dash forward. Right? This is the caliber of people we dash forward. It is disrespectful to us as a people. Let me say it. It is disrespectful to us as a people. Disrespectful to us as a people. Let me just say it. And so I think I want to give you what really and truly the few seconds that was published of that viral video of him cussing out non-academic in India, that animal rights activist, Sonia Ghosh. And then we circle back to his apology. We're going to circle back to that purported apology. We're going to circle back to that purported apology out of Mr. Charandass. Ramilianda? We thought the fellow gone. We thought he on his way back to the capital. We didn't know taxpayers' money still funding Charandass in India. I didn't know money still funding Charandass in India. Is that fair to you as a taxpayer? Bridget Campbell, Timna Ford, Gwyneth Anderson, Loretta Arga, is that fair to you? We're going to circle back to this. We're going to circle back to the views out. We're going to touch on the apology and we're going to move on quickly. Right? That's not fair to you. On my taxpayers' dollars, they barely want to pay me. These folks are so vindictive. They are so vindictive. You not carry them to the altar. You not carry them to the altar. I was suspended from February to July, February to June, with pay, and then from July to December without pay. These cats telling me now I wasn't entitled to be paid from January to June, and so I will not be paid from December to May of next year. To May of next year. That is political victimization. That is political victimization. And then you got a creature like Charandass on the taxpayers' money saying a bundle of froth, as my grandmother Iris used to say, or says. Lady still alive. A mouthful of froth. This is who we got here representing us. Yeah. Folks, take a look and take a listen. What we got for deal in this country?
No. What helpless? I don't need a dog in my yard, all right? You want a dog, take it, put it between your legs. No, you probably want the dog to talk to you. That's what you want. I don't care. I don't care who you are.
I don't care who the hell you are.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Dekha.
Listen to me.
You're drunk.
Don't let any woman come in my yard.
You're bloody drunk.
Hello. You like the camera?
They don't understand English. Speak in Hindi. Chalo, tum chalo. Are you any better?
No.
You're throwing out a helpless dog?
What helpless? I don't need a dog in my yard, all right? You want a dog, take it, put it between your legs.
You little bastard.
No, you probably want the dog to fuck you. That's what you want. I don't care. I don't care who you are.
I don't care who the hell you are.
Fuck you.
Yeah, Dekha.
Listen to me.
You're drunk.
Don't let any woman come in my yard.
You're bloody drunk.
Hello. You like the camera?
They don't understand English. Speak in Hindi. Chalo, tum chalo. Are you any better?
No.
You're throwing out a helpless dog?
What helpless? I don't need a dog in my yard, all right? You want a dog, take it, put it between your legs.
You little bastard.
No, you probably want the dog to fuck you. That's what you want. I don't care. I don't care who you are.
I don't care who the hell you are.
Fuck you.
Thankfully, the person who was with Miss Gosh had the presence of mind. Thankfully, the person who was with Miss Gosh had the presence of mind to capture that video. Or else we would not have heard about that. And this fellow would have been on taxpayers' dollar all now. He would have been on taxpayers' dollar all now. But this is the nature and the quality of the people, Orlean Dijon. It is the nature and the quality. Tommy Gibbs. Candida Lynn and Digit, I'm certain that crawl your skin. Mark Doris, Lizzie Simon, I'm certain that raise your eyebrow. Romy Leander. Sandra Goodluck Semple. Well, folks, the fellow purported to issue an apology. An apology. Well, I think it's better you just shut his damn mouth. I think it would be better had he just stayed quiet. Had he just stayed quiet. And those of you who joined our morning program know what we're talking about, Shirley Juice-Tendry. This is the kind of personality that puts the wicked, stinking, dirty in wicked, stinking, dirty. Well, listen to the apology that the fella proffered a couple days ago. Listen to the apology. If this is an apology, Father knows. If this is an apology.
It's a confession, it's an admission, and it's an apology. I have had, on the 1st of August last year, an altercation. There's a lady named Sonia Ghosh. She has some license, some court order to feed and take care of stray dogs in this area. There were like 60 stray dogs. One always came into my yard, and at night it would wake me up, tumble my bin out. So what I did, I don't have anything against dogs, but I have a hell of a lot against dogs making a mess in my yard. So I had two of the Malis with me and my driver. We parked the dog, and I told them to take the dog far away. They took the dog to Gurgaon, so the dog can't come back. This lady, Sonia Ghosh, missed a stray dog. I'm telling you this because it is the reason, this all contributed to the reason why I'm leaving India on such short notice, or after such a short time. The lady came to the security and asked about the dog. The security said we took the dog away. She came the next day, and the security opened the gate to come in and get me. This lady barged in behind the security, right up to my door, and banged on the door. Security finally got her back out of the yard, and I came out. When I came out, I asked her what she was doing in my yard. She said she's here looking for a dog. This was the 1st of August, 2021. I said, I don't have a dog in here. And you would not believe, I was surprised at the expletives she handed me. The F and the S and you're such a so-and-so dog. And I have to admit that I responded in kind. So I believe women, all of you women here would love to be deemed equal to men. You have equal facilities and everything. Well, if you're in a fight and you pick a fight with a man, he should say, no, you're a woman, I'm not gonna fight with you. You want equality. Let's go to fight and see what happens. My friends, my colleagues, I did what I did out of anger. And I'll say this now, I have to, because as High Commissioner, I represent a nation. I represent a people. The President of my country, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, and Prime Minister Modi had to approve of me, as they did for every diplomat who is in the country, to come here. I was granted such an approval and presented my accreditation to the former president on the 17th of March, 2021. What I did as High Commissioner was wrong.
We have to celebrate your tenure here. We all love you and we want.
I know Shiv is saying yes, we don't want, but I will say this because I think I owe my friends, my colleagues an apology for behaving in a manner not becoming of a diplomat. I was angry, I did not exercise diplomacy, and so I spoke to the president. That video surfaced in October of 2022, just recently in Guyana. And instead of the president taking the flak, I told him, I said, look, don't worry about this. I will leave India, and that will bring an end to the whole story. And my friends, my colleagues, that is why I'm leaving. But I apologize to the people of India, to the Prime Minister, to my colleagues who are all diplomats. Many of you are here, to my government and the president in particular. He said, are you sure you want to return to Ghana? I said, yes, because the people from various walks of life will literally take the hair off your head. And if he was bald, it would have been okay, but he's not. He has a lot of hair. And so again, I would like to offer an apology for my people. But as Charandass Persaud, an individual, I strongly stand up equal to any woman. If you want to fight, you want to curse, you want to dance, I am ready. So please, if you want to judge me, you may hear stories. This is the real story. I did, in fact, hurl abuses after she abused me, because I believe in equality. But as High Commissioner, it should not have happened. And so that is my little story. It's a confession, it's an admission, and it's an apology. I have had on the first...
Yep. That's the fella. You want to curse, you want to fight, you want to dance as a woman? I'm ready. That's the fella. The same thing, the same attitude that brought him down. He said, I ain't really sorry. Right? I beat it out because I want this thing to finish. But I'm really sorry. You want to curse? You want to fight? You want to dance? I'm ready. As a woman, you want equal rights, and you believe because you start cursing me, I can back down. As a man, no. You want to curse? You want to fight? You want to dance? This is the fellow that a straight dog topple. Right? He toppled a government as straight dog. You know, the irony of God is not lost. Oh, you know, he wasn't even worth an ass. He wasn't even worth it. A straight dog. The fellow who toppled a government is a straight dog. Was he undoing? A straight dog. You gotta love it. You gotta love the poetic justice. You gotta love it. Clearly, you don't care about animals neither. Some woman, so you gosh with the court, give an order to feed stray dogs in this area. You got a problem with dogs. I have a problem with dogs in my yard. It's not your yard. The yard belongs to the people of this country. He got a problem with dogs in his yard. Well, the dog had the last say. Who barks last, barks the loudest. You think you understand the fella we got here? You think you understand the fella we're dealing with here, folks? Who laughs last? In this case, who barks last? A stray dog, an academic, and a high commissioner to India. Yeah. That's the wire, the light, and the sponge. The wire, the light, and the sponge. A lot of damage. A stray dog, an academic, an animal rights activist, and a high commissioner. A stray dog toppled him. Could you imagine that? How bright he bright so? It was a stray dog. Yeah. Dog lives matters too. But that's the fella for you. That's the fella for you. I want to turn your attention, folks, to Linda, because over the weekend, some work started on the McKenzie Sports Club ground. The McKenzie Sports Club ground. And they told us that at Christmas, you know, the guys come out there and they play a bit of football, which is big in Linden. Sports on the whole, big in Linden, folks. Sports on the whole, big in Linden. The guys came out and played usually come out and play some football there. That's all. They come out and they play some football. And it's nice time. And this is the McKenzie Sports Club ground. And the club that in particular that utilizes this area, they tell us is the Upper Demerara Football Association, the UDFA, the Upper Demerara Football Association. And even though they knew the work was slated to commence shortly, they pleaded with the authorities that because it's the holiday and people always look forward to football, they pleaded with them to delay the commencement of this rehabilitation work. Delay the commencement. Allow the tournament to go forward. And then in January, commence the work. Well, I would have you know, those pleadings, those applications, those prayers fell on deaf ears. Fell on deaf ears. And there are some folks who said there is a political motive here. Other football tournaments in other places, organized by other folks with some deep self-interest, might have gone poorly attended. And so the aim was to break the back of what's going on there in the mining town. And hence, despite the many pleas of the residents there, them boys went ahead. Them boys went ahead. I know this is one of the things we keep seeing issue after issue. We deal with an administration that does not listen. You know how many people warning about Charandass and selling Charandass to India wasn't the brightest idea? You know how many people told them? But they weren't listening. The folks said, hold on. They don't listen. The people in London pleaded with them. But they didn't listen. So they've gone ahead. They've gone ahead. Imagine it's Christmas time. Them boys don't care if it's Christmas, is Easter, is what? When they want to unleash the plagues and the hardship, that is it. It's the same thing we saw at Makkah quite recently. Because the young people there, as against using their energies in a negative way, wanted to challenge their energies in a positive light. And so there was a football competition. In this instance with Makkah, they were in the process of playing the game when them boys came and dug up the field. They were in that process. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? You know, we get vexed when our young people do all kinds of silly things and allow the vices of this life to overwhelm them. But maybe that's what some of us like to see. Because here are these young people spending their time in a productive way, Timna. In a productive way, Lester. And Leon Blair and Rami Leander, Maureen Williams, Sandra Goodluck Semple, spending their energies in a productive way. And then look these jagabats. Look these jagabats. Watch them. Watch them. The same thing. Quite recently, we spoke with Member of Parliament, Nima Flubes, the Honorable. And Nima is also a resident in Mocha, Arcadia. We spoke with Nima Flubes on this very issue, folks. On this very issue. And listen to what the MP told us. Listen to what the Member of Parliament, Nima Flubes, told us on this issue.
You know, Mocha Arcadia community is known to be a community of footballers. In this past time, a lot of time, the young people will play football. The community center ground has been having some challenges over the years, especially with drainage. So works will be on water, large and all of that. However, even when the ground is not being able to use, we had a tarmac where the footballers would still run the football, even though that area is designated for basketball, volleyball, and all of that. and they would be using it. As tradition, our community will have football different times of the year. There's current ongoing football competition that was expected to conclude on the 31st of this month, where you have the big finals. What happened? We had a game night before the last, and of course, if you check Facebook posts, from persons who usually attend the games, there was a big hype ongoing because the competition is held twice in the week, twice in the week, so persons can have their competition done. Unfortunately, yesterday, this area was dug up, and as you would see, the ground still have not been fixed, which the government had promised to get done immediately after the last public meeting they had here. And yet still they went ahead to destroy the tarmac where the ongoing football competition is being held. Now, the NDC also depends on all these activities in the village because that is what will help to bring in additional income for the NDC. But the situation we have here is that nobody's consulting, nobody's engaging anybody. Had the NDC been properly engaged, I'm quite sure if you ask the NDC for a written copy or official document to say that this will be the work that will be done on the ball field, this will be the work that will be done in the area of the tarmac, I'm quite sure there's no document like that was presented. Because we already had an encounter with the contractor when he dumped sand on the tarmac where the footballers were going to conduct the game the very night. And the footballers took spade and dug all the sand off the tarmac just to carry on with the game. Now, what do they actually expect the young people to do at this stage when you would have dug up the tarmac where the competition is being held? I find it to be very inhumane. I find it to be something that's very selfish. That you just walk into a community, no manners, I would say. No manners because you ain't communicating with nobody and just come and dig up an area during Christmas time. During this Christmas period where the young people look forward to coming out and enjoying their game in the evening. I too look forward to coming out and mingle with the folks in my community. I too look forward to coming and spend time with the young people. I was once the secretary of the football club in this community, and I've done that for several years. I still do attend meetings once I'm informed. I still make myself readily available to attend any meeting to represent the youngsters and to speak on their behalf. And so it's very, very sad to see that this is what was done to the youth of the Mocha Arcade community. And people are making all sorts of claims on the internet. You cannot tell me you're doing development and you have not considered what activities are ongoing in the community. But again, we will enjoy our football competition. Our youngsters will not leave the Mocha Arcade community to go to any other community to play football. The competition will be held right in this community.
Yep, there it is. Yep, the folks, we promise you credible, valid information and we go after it so that you know and you're informed of what's happening. And informed people make informed decisions. And so we seek to keep you guys informed what's happening out there. Gotta keep you folks informed, Isabella Butchers, Gwyneth Anderson, Annette Cummins, Timna Ford. And guys, we encourage you to share the live because we want others to get valid, credible information as well. Valid and credible. Valid, credible information is a kind of wickedness, unprecedented, that we see. A kind of wickedness, unprecedented, that we see. That's how them boys is. That's how them boys be, Gwyneth. Linda Thomas, happy holidays to you as well. Rudy Hines said dictatorship. Gwyneth Anderson says vindictive PP government. Folks, you said it best. You said it best. I don't think we could do better than you guys. Vindictive PP government. See, Anne Marie says, kudos to her. Folks, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. You see what's happening here? You see what is happening here? I feel like let's have a meeting. And like they said, let me show this people cause them as much distress as possible. You know, we heard a woman in Success say, the lengths that this government would go to cause you disruption, hire Bobcat, flood you out. You see? Flood you out, burn you out. But you ask them for a little high mac to move some garbage from your backyard. You ask them for a grader for clean the drain in front of your house. Oh, we got none available. You go to a police station and ask them for send some ranks for talk to me still I want to knock you. They ain't got a vehicle. But to cause you discomfort politically, oh, they can find 10 vehicles like that. And that is what the woman said. And even though we knew it at the time, the way she said it, she said it amazes me how they could find the resources when they want to bully you. But ordinarily, you engage them for those same resources for other reasons. They never got. Never got. Never got. So we out here, folks. We out here, Rami Leander. We out here, Annette Cummins, Linda Thomas. We out here. We out here. Circling back, guys, where we started at good intent. Circling back there. And we told you guys, when you all were having, oh, your lovely pepper pot, or the residue, the remnant, the leftover on Boxing Day, we were supposed to be Monday. I don't know if you could just move Boxing Day. I thought Boxing Day is like Korean roti. You can't separate it. Christmas and Boxing Day is like Korean roti. You can't. It's like cement and water. You can't separate it. And then boys push down Boxing Day to Tuesday. And they give Monday as the holiday for Christmas Day. It's only us. It's only us. I don't know you could move Boxing Day. But just because you can move, you can say Boxing Day is last day of the year. You can say Boxing Day in August. You can move Christmas Day now. So Christmas Day will no longer be observed on the 25th. We can take it on the 1st of November. So the Sunday was Christmas Day, the 25th. Monday they give us a holiday. And then Tuesday was Boxing Day. That's a little odd to me. Right? That feels a little 666 to me. Like if you're like Jesus too much. That feels a little 666-ish to me. That's how it's feeling to me. That is how it truly feels to me. Rudy Hines said only in Guyana. It's not a real place. Only in Guyana is not a real place. So folks, I want to circle back to good intent. Because while we were having a good time, nice time for Christmas, and especially on Boxing Day, right? I don't know if people feel differently, but my wife and I were talking over the holidays here, and their family tend to move around on Christmas Day, visit homes and so on. But I grew up differently. I grew up not a man move on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is family, family, family. Boxing Day is when we go and you visit people you haven't seen in a little while, and you eat out the black cake and the pepper and so on. You visit friends and family and so on. Boxing Day, but Christmas Day is your immediate family. And to venture out on Christmas Day was like a sin. That's how we grew up, to venture out. I don't know if anybody feels differently, but I'm not saying that is the rule or that is law or anything outside of that is sin. But my wife and I were comparing notes because she wanted to go out on Christmas and I wanted to stay. And I'm like, what? What? Right? But Boxing Day is a day we tend to move around and talk with friends and so on. Boxing Day, these folks had it rough. Folks, You know what it is to be in your house. You know what it is to be in your house. And you're feeling the ground beneath you shaking. Huh? You feel the ground shaking. You look up and the roof gone. Juliet Gilbert. The roof gone. You know what it is? Huh? You try to jump through the window and there's no window. The window vacate the premises. But that was part of the horrifying experience the folks there at Good Intent had. The one girl we spoke with and whose story we're going to share tonight in our broadcast. She said, I said, Mr. Duncan, I said, this is it. She said the thing was so intense. She said the country gone. She said this is some end of days thing. The country gone. You cannot imagine the devastation. People who already faced with hardships because of how the economy is going and all that. Faced with. She said, this is it. The country gone. She said to herself, I can open the front door and they can get space. And we can be the ones left behind. And folks, when you see the magnitude of damage done to these homes at Good Intent, it's not fairy tale. Right? You know what it is to have to go 3-4 miles down the road and say, hey, look a rooftop on the ground. look the fridge up in the tree. Yeah? That is what they faced on Boxing Day. While you and I were sleeping in and so on, around 10 o'clock in the morning, nature struck at good intent rather. Nature struck at Good Intent. And we just pulled out one of the residents there who we spoke with, Sabrina Jaikaran, who told us her story. And also, they're all asking the authorities for help. Now, this is about, 48 hours later, 72 hours later? They didn't hear from government. They're thankful that the Good Intent NDC stopped by, but they didn't come with nothing. They're thankful that they come and listen to the concern, the Good Intent NDC. But they need more than that. Because they see, Irfan has just turned Santa. You get a home. These are people who need that kind of help. Folks, if it were a lie, I would have told you so. Right? And I said to them as we spoke, I'm thankful for the coverage I was giving in the newspapers. But the newspapers don't do justice to the devastation those folks face there at Good Intent. And again, they said the Good Intent NDC came by. The Good Intent NDC and offered some words of comfort. That is good. But these folks need more than that. They will not be able to get back on their feet in a long time. In a very long time. Listen to what Sabrina Jaikaran told us there in Good Intent.
I was standing in the kitchen, washing the wares. My mom sitting here on the chair. And all I see is the zinc just raising up. So I said, man, I think to myself, I said, like only the zinc gonna fly off. But then I stand up and see the whole roof going, and all I saying, oh God, let nothing wrong with my mother. Because she was sitting right there, and I standing in the kitchen there. And I just watching she, and I watching the roof going. And that GP of us is like 2 seconds. 2 seconds, everything gone. Everything. And then the rain started to pour. That damaged everything. Everything gone. She's just sit down there watching everything gone. Sit down right in the chair there.
That's miraculous.
Yeah, she's 84. It's wet. Clothes damage, food stuff damage. everything. The chair set, the fridge, everything.
And how much do you think you've lost in terms of monetary value?
About 50 millions. And I have nowhere to live. I just beg a rescue. I
Yeah, yeah. You think you understand what happened there? The folks believe was a tornado. That's what the folks told me. They said it was raining around 10 in the morning. It was raining, but not heavy rain. And then suddenly this gust of wind swept down. And you heard Ms. Jaikaran said, in a matter of minutes, if not seconds, total devastation. You know what it is to be standing in a house and you see the roof disappear? It's not Houdini. You call it an act of God. The roof disappear. And there's quite a few families. You know, what did Miss Jaikaran tell her? She said, I'm begging a place, she said. I'm begging a help. She talking she head by somebody. If any community, Vinaya Persaud, Irfan Ali, Barrel Jagdio needs help, good intent. The only shed, the only roof Sabrina has is in front of the house, outside. That's the only roof. Everything else open to the elements. In one of the stories we'll feature tonight, in Good Intent, a little boy was hit in his chest by a piece of wood. The family don't even have the money to take him for an x-ray. But it is nothing short of a miracle. In that whole scenario, there hasn't been any loss of life. There has not been any loss of life. In that whole scenario. No loss of life. And in tonight's program, we're going to show you guys the entire report. Family after family. In Good Intent. Now that's credible, valid information. We want you guys to share, especially because we wanted to get to the attention of the authorities. We got lots of oil money, don't let me pretend. And clearly now you need budget for money for dole out. So if men in a mission want a mission, Good Intent. Let all roads lead to Good Intent for men on mission. Or men on a mission, whatever the outfit is called. If all you want to work, folks, they got about 4, 5, 6 houses in Good Intent that need your attention. You see Big Auntie got no roof? And she's not the only person. Folks, if you are going, you see a Big Auntie where in, where was that? On the East Bank here. Where was that? Big Auntie house little shaky, and Big Auntie get new house, new this, new fridge, new. Folks, good intent needs you. Men on mission, here finale, right? One person you don't see on this men on mission business is Jack Dew. One person you don't see dressed up in blue on a mission is Jack Dew. He don't have time for knock nail and nonsense. You see, he got bigger things to do. Macro history, he got to focus on his head of state. But if men on mission want real purpose, find yourself in good intent. And I'm going to give out the numbers this evening that you can contact these families on. On tonight's program, I'm going to give out the numbers you can contact these families on if you all want to be of help to them. Folks, I'm not carrying any money for anybody. All right? I'm going to give you the numbers, and if you all want to help them directly, please to do so. But I think the government can take this on. I think the government can take this on as a mission and get these people back on their feet. Could you imagine your roof gone, rain coming down on your TV, rain coming down on your fridge, on your furniture, on your bed? This is not being flooded out, you know, and some things put up high. This is no roof, and in some cases, no wall. It's just you and a starry or a clear morning and starry skies. You'll hear one woman say, we're sleeping in the vehicle because we have nowhere else to go. Now, I don't know what it takes for CDC and so on for kicking. The residents said the only person they've spoken with in 48 hours, the NDC passed by. What does it take for bring out the Civil Defense Commission? What does it take to bring out men on a mission? What does it take? What does it take to bring out these bodies to fulfill the mandate they've taken on themselves? What does it take? Men on a mission need to have a mission to good intent. It's about 6 miles off the Harbor Bridge. Not too difficult to find. Just ask anybody with the freak storm touchdown and devastate, and they can point you. They can point you in the direction. They are going to point you in that direction. But the folks there are hurting because they salvage a couple things, but not plenty. Because when you got something like that, a tornado, a whirlpool, a whirlwind, and the days Armageddon bearing down on you, you ain't thinking about covering the TV. When you see your roof disappear, you aren't thinking with the shoe there. One resident we spoke with recounted is hearing the neighbors screaming. She said she was screaming too. She recounted how the neighbors were screaming. People said, that's it. That is it. And I am personally happy that besides being traumatized, you got, who weren't that badly wounded. You got a psychological trauma. Them finding it difficult to sleep. You hear a little wind pick up, you wonder if something else coming. But outside of that, they need help from the government. They need help. And that's going to do it for us, guys, at this end. Thanks for joining us today. Share the live, folks. Smash that emoji button. Valid, credible information all the time. Good to have had so many of you on the live today. Out front, Parks, Margaret Nelson, Gwyneth Anderson, Annette Cummins, Lynette Fraser, Romilly, and good to have had so many of you on the live today. Janice Booker, Diane Abrams. Good to have you. Tony Noel. Tony, all the best for the season and for the new year. Looking forward to some more good things in 2023, Tony. Here's Lynn King and all the other folks joining us. Valid, credible information. That's the mission here. Valid, credible information. We're going to see you guys on tonight's broadcast. And I'm telling you, bring the full report. Your full report on what's happening there at Good Intent And we're going to share the contact information of the folks who need your help, and more so, they need the help of this administration. Take care until we see you guys again real soon. And we encourage you folks, again, we can't do it without you all, folks. You all have a story for us? 627-6963. Don't keep it to yourself. 627-6963. Your business could be advertising right now, right in that space there. Your product, your service, your event, your business, right in that space. 627-6963, folks. We're going to give you guys the hookup. And of course, we can't do it without you. We can't do it without you. And I'm telling you, from what we're seeing with December, my Lord, heaven help us. It's like we roof and I'll get blow off. And help us to keep on keeping on, bringing you guys credible, valid information. There's not stuff you can see on DPI and Chronicle. You can see it there. Right? These guys want to give you a pretense that everything nice in this country, everybody happy. And nobody got no worries. But we can keep on keeping on, folks. Valid, credible information. Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union, folks. Pace and power. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you guys right back here this evening. Smash the hell out of those emoji buttons wherever you're joining us from. Smash, smash. Don't leave the broadcast without giving it a share, without sharing the broadcast back to your profile, your pages, the groups you're in, and smash that emoji button for us. And of course, we can't do it without you, folks. Your generosity, your love, and your support. Partner with us as well. Stay safe until we see you guys back this evening. We're in the ring of it, folks. We in the ring of it. It's Wednesday, the 28th day of December. The year is almost done. It's right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Thanks for joining us, folks, and stay safe out there. Stay safe. That's our time and that's our program. Stay safe, guys.